they moved away from Alpha Base, and other teams are starting to move there instead. So maybe they will rue the day that they moved.
We'll have to see if it's going to be a great zone read from Workaholics, or, like you say, something they'll look back on and go, why did we go here? Na'Vi, they didn't need asking twice. You can see that they are on the northern side of the map at the moment. They have taken one of these priority buildings, and just looking at the composition, the only difficulty for them is actually holding it down. They don't really have a legend that they can play any kind of cover or provide any kind of cover for them, so it's going to be all about gun skill and smokes.
Speaking of gun skill, Guild trying to do the job with the P2020s. Sadly, NRG just have to back off as they're trying to force their way in as well. Difficult to do so. I mean, when you're in these kind of areas and you're in these choke points, you really have to play it carefully, otherwise you could be surprised by another team very quickly. And NRG just taking their time, trying to get as much information as they can.
It's got to make sure you don't go down in these kind of situations. I think in these lobbies as well, you want to make sure that you're not making a fight elongated where it's a long 2v2, because there could be a team that you're not expecting to be there, as Timmy will get the first knock here onto a member of Grow. So it's a 2v3 for now, but are they able to close this gap quick enough to stop that res coming in and make this a clean wipe for them?
No, I think they've realized there's another team on the horizon. Reply Totem are in the area, and they were looking to try and maybe third. Now that they've seen Reply Totem just back off slightly, they will try and take advantage of the early damage they have done, but it looks like Grow Gaming is trying to retreat at the same time. They've dropped down to the low ground, so it is a bit of a back and forth, a bit of a tug of war between these two squads at the moment, and Reply Totem do step up, but they get spotted out.
Yeah, Timmy does get the finish. So that means that will be 1 KP secured at least. The last two remaining members of Grow did manage to escape, like you say. SJP2 having a little fight here themselves. It's going to be Quinny who's not only going to get one, but he's going to get the finish himself. So everybody kind of scattering around the map at the moment. A couple of knocks coming in that are being converted, but no clean wipe so far. Still 20 squads remaining here.
Yeah, it's getting pretty messy up towards Alpha. You can see all these teams getting one of their players knocked, but no finishes, no full wipes in the moment, unless Orb Garden can look to try and take advantage. But again, they've been restricted just to one area of this building. They get back up to a full 3. But there are certainly some 2s hanging around these areas, and I guess you could take advantage of that, but you could run into a 2 and then another 2 could third you, so you have to be careful.
Looks like Energy are going to go back maybe to play for third zone, as there is a console over at Cliffside for them. There's the remaining, I should say, or it's all 3 now, of Grow Gaming, who are back up to a full complement of players. And it looks like the team that's just above them has a very good indication that they are there, as quite as they are trying to be in this situation. It's Reply Totem, who are up on that height, who are looking just to pin them back.
And they've got to be careful here, because Never On Time might just be on time, might have actually set their watches correctly, because they're also going to be approaching from the southern side. So you really can't take any of these fights, and this is why Broken Moon can be very kill heavy. But also at the same time, if you are avoiding fights constantly, there could be a lot of KP that comes a little bit later when everyone kind of has their back to the zone and is just trying to move in.
Speaking of KP, one team who's had a lot of them so far in this lobby is the team on your screen. That's going to be Furia. Madness is using all sorts of gadgets and abilities to see if he can flush that player out who's playing behind that tall rock in front of him. It's going to be SJP2 who are now having to retreat, and this is all the way towards the western side of Broken Moon here. There's it's kind of an isolated fight, to be honest with you. I mean, Furia and SJP2, if they want to take this, there's no one really in the vicinity to get involved. The same can be said here as we see the 2 teams in front of us, one of them being Crazy Raccoon. That's going to be Sang-Yoon who goes down.
Does go down. Reply Totem were heading towards this respawn beacon, but Crazy Raccoon were also there. D-Sports also were looking to try and respawn back here as well. So a few teams had the same idea, and now Crazy Raccoon are going to have to work out as a 2, but Reply Totem also struggling a little bit. Grow Gaming are also taking a look, so it's getting very hot up here in the northeast.
Certainly is. It's just deep inside of zone as well at Breaker Wharf. Everyone looking, like you say, for a potential res or a late rotate, but instead they're just running into each other. Reply Totem will get the knock, onto Karampu. That's going to be him down and finished as well. So CR, luckily for them, had a very good previous game, but this one is looking a little bit of a shambles here.
Yeah, it looks like the last remaining player from Crazy Raccoon will escape down to Eternal Gardens, but the real question is, are you going to be able to get those banners crafted anywhere before someone spots you? Grow Gaming will be able to hold out Reply Totem here as the zone does continue to pull up towards the north. So Twerkaholics, who moved first, are still in that zone, but if it does continue in its transition north side, they might be a little bit annoyed.
One player from D-Sports, yep. Excuse me. We'll get that wrong all day.
Could be D-Esports, but I think it's meant to be D-Sports.
No small in esports. We all know that. We've seen that for years now. Well, there's one player still alive for them as they move in from the northern side. I'm very interested to see how many meds he has left, because I swear he's been here for about 45, 50, 60 seconds at this point. I think now he's realized, I got to get to zone. There he is. He's in. Let's go.
Just about gets in. Maybe Na'Vi will be able to spot them out. Crazy Raccoon looks like that single player will also be able to survive and get into zone as well. So even though there's been a lot of fighting and a lot of eliminations, still 20 teams alive in this lobby.
Teams down the southern side. You can see Fury a long way away from zone, but nobody, I think, within 3 POIs worth of where they find themselves at the moment. Unfortunately, D-Sports will be going down. Let's jump into a listen-in with Unreal Nightmare here as they try and make their way towards zone.
Another medi as well.
Care package over there.
On me. West, sliding up west, in the open.
I'm on there. One deep right. Outside. Ash up purple.
I'm betting.
Double on that rock. I fizzled to them. They're double here.
I'm burning.
I'm backing up a layer to the building.
Oh, fuck. I got a back.
Take it, Ashel. I think one's close west. One's close west.
Close west? Okay.
Yes.
I bang ulted.
You're alone up top. Get inside. Can we play outside?
Yeah, I'm playing outside. I'm on the roof.
Two are playing deep right. Ace was low. I think they're on purple. They are. They're gonna try to get us.
They're right here.
Cross radar.
Yeah, just crossing.
Oh, we need to back up, bro.
TP.
Come to me. Let's go through quarantine, okay? We need to hit the spin.
Yep, we have evac.
Yeah, we're chilling. We go through quarantine and we're fine, okay?
Ready.
We have plenty of time, okay? We just need to get to the...
They did it.
Yep.
I'm going through bottom bridge.
Yeah.
I don't know who the hell that was.
So Unreal Nightmare not wanting to take that fight. They decide to rotate away. You can see the call out was to come to hit the assault beam, get a little bit more evo. Some meds for them to play with as well. So smart decision to disengage here, and they can live to fight another day, so to speak.
It's going to be a long old journey, though, through quarantine zone, so we'll check back in with them later. Hopefully it's a successful one. Now, Leave No Witness are able to get a couple, make it 3, outside, get eliminated, and Leave No Witness will leave no witnesses in that fight. SJP2 and VK Gaming were maybe taking a look, though, and suddenly a third party arrives.
Going to be SJP2, who were indeed taking a peek, taking a prod, and getting the knock as well.
Turns out there was a witness.
There certainly was a witness. Now the nades are going to come in. Zeratrek is trying to hold the staircase. Knockdown shield's going to be a problem. That's why Denze isn't committing to this fight. Doesn't want to give away an easy knock. As now we turn to the attention of SJP2 and trying to assault this building. Furia, though, they're in a little bit of a sticky spot right now, and it's NRG versus Furia, not for the first time in 2 games who go up against each other.
Yeah, round 2, ding ding. Noct has already gone down, but a healthy Keon and Madness still could take this fight, but the high ground surely is too much for them here.
Keon down as well. It's all up to Madness now to try and survive. NRG are going to move in just to make sure that these kills do get cleaned up. One thing you don't have to worry about in this situation, the fact that Alter has been banned, is that someone's going to hit a portal away and be able to get a cheeky res. It's all about just getting those knocks. They're not able to escape. And just making sure you convert them into KP. Madness does stay alive, but NRG with some more KP.
Yeah, now NRG can try and start catching Furia, but as you mentioned, Furia's still alive, so there's still a chance to get back up and maybe still put points on the board. Still 17 squads remaining here, only a few eliminated, as round 3 is going to be closing in 40 seconds. Never on Time going to be holding this south side. Now, south side's going to get interesting, because not only are NRG Never on Time here, but also Unreal Nightmare. Remember, we were waiting for them to transition through quarantine zone. They'll be arriving here at Cliffside very soon.
One player flying through the skies into the 30-30, and the sights of Yanya can't quite connect in the way that he would have wanted to, but it's good enough just to force that player away, that one bullet that does land. NRG, Never on Time, they've left now. Furious trying to get a res themselves. I might have actually been able to get one player back in the game. Never on Time are trying to push this at the moment. NRG might see this as an opportunity to rotate, and that's exactly what they're trying to do. It's a nice position for the evac tower, and this is going to take them all the way towards zone as we jump in with SJP2, who are fighting in zone, and it's Na'Vi who are trying to hold them out.
Yeah, Na'Vi just trying to hold back here as Crazy Raccoon get eliminated in the kill feed, but now SJP2 have been able to see that happen in front of them, but I think they're just going to try and hold position for now. They don't really want to overextend here against a Na'Vi squad that can back off into this building.
Bow check in the hands of Denze as well. Even though it was a hip fire shot that only hit for about 20 or so, it's enough to back Zidane down. I think an armor check from Zidane was enough. Never on Time had been eliminated in the meantime, a 16th position, and now we are going to see teams start to get cut down. Everyone will have to move from where they find themselves in this zone for the next zone, down to the southern side of Alpha Base. Monster eliminated in the meantime as well. SJPT trying to force their way into this building, and it looks like they're just about able to coexist.
Yeah, they are being very aggressive here, and I think they can be so with the armor that they have and the armor advantage against Na'Vi, plus the utility with the grenades they have available to them. Now elsewhere, you can see VKG taking this fight and are able to get Huntsman down, so it was Unreal Nightmare, that long old rotate down through quarantine zone. Now they're just down to one single player. They did lose one to the zone, as Furia do finally get eliminated in 14.
Yeah, Furia not being able to get back up, and it's going to be Madness who is the final player for them who goes down. VK Gaming still have to fight their way towards zone. 60 seconds is all they have to work with, which in Apex Legends terms is a fair amount of time. But with 13 squads still alive and about 7 or 8 of those inside of where that zone is going to be going, they're going to have to force their way in here.
Yeah, a few teams might have to force their way in. It is not going to be easy. Nothing's going to be given at this point. You're going to have to try and take it from another team. VK Gaming versus Leave No Witness is probably the most likely fight to happen on our screens at the moment. A little bit of kind of a head glitch to work with from VKG though, so they could maybe get some good shots onto L&W.
Just got to be careful you don't expose your back to some of those teams that are in the zone at the moment, but there's one team who is now pushing onto the fight we were watching a few moments ago, and the opening comes from the KRABER of Timmy. Almost manages to connect. It's going to be Leave No Witness, I think, who took to the... Excuse me, it's VK Gaming who took to the skies there with the Valcolt. That could have been a crash landing for sure.
I wonder how NRG are feeling. CTE are above them. Let's jump into a listening with NRG.
I heard the Ash. He was trying to snare me.
He's
sliding down, sliding down.
Gold him's here.
He's on, they're on the right side, they're on the right side. I cracked
Yeah, I see that, I see that.
I killed one over here. I'm batting.
Nice.
I got tracked. Buddy.
Fire.
Doctor here.
We need to come to my side, We're gonna walk in, we're gonna have to walk in here.
Okay. I'm killing them with my knuckles.
120.
Yeah, I killed him.
Come up.
I'm coming.
I'm ulting his him.
Yep, good old. We're gonna play our friends right here. Play our friends. I'm gonna smoke down. There's a gold hem up there. Oh, you missed it. That's fine.
One of them asked
On me.
Okay, coming.
Behind me. Bang one.
Banging you.
I'm killing Bang.
1 second.
Kill Bang.
Nice.
I'm batting.
We gotta play the wall. We have to play the wall.
Nice. Yeah.
Wait, play that. Oh, actually no.
We have some here.
Come to us.
I'm going right. Yeah, I'm going right.
We have someone right here.
I'm going right.
On the right.
Yep, I'm coming to you.
Shoot them.
70 on one of them.
I'm killing them.
I'm healing.
There's a guy picking the window.
I'm healing.
We need to watch this. We need it.
Well, NRG do manage to force their way in towards zone, but they do it the brute force way, taking teams down alongside them as they slide down to this fence line. Twerkaholics, the next team to go. We're into our top 10.
Of course, Timmy IGLing, but Yanyo, a very experienced IGL, kind of co-IGLing a little bit, just letting him know where space is had. And it seems to be working for NRG at the moment, and they can kind of hold that position, but they are going to eventually have to move a little bit further in because they are the furthest team west. Na'Vi, however, are going to be up on the northern side. They are going to be up to a full 3, but they're going to be down low. They're going to try and skirt their way through here, be maybe some sneaky little boys, and try and get underneath these buildings.
Davis Wave's the last alive for his team. He was trying to rat out. He was like, don't worry about me, boys. And it's going to be Na'Vi now who are trying to chase him down. Unreal Nightmare will be eliminated, as it will be Davis Wave who goes down next, as we find ourselves now with 9 squads remaining. We're into single digits here as things just start to heat up a little bit, and you can start to feel the pressure in this lobby, as we know there's only 1 game remaining after this one.
Na'Vi have done well, actually, to get into zone and stay away from too much gunfire. Do have Bangalore, just to get those smokes down if too much gunfire comes their way. NRG can also start to move soon as well. VK Gaming were holding them out, but it looks like with them backing off, Leave No Witness will be their target.
Leave No Witness, one will fall. It'll be Timmy who just gets the finishing damage onto Renatricky, and now they're probably going to think about pushing in to clean this up. Won't be safe from this zone. Couple of grenades are going to be a problem for Timmy. Can't get an easy shot. The banger will go down just to force teams away. But NRG a little bit stuck at the moment between waiting for kills to come to them and making a play themselves.
There's quite a few Bangalores left as Timmy will connect with one, maybe with another. And that's going to be an easy wipe. Leave No Witness do get eliminated, and now they can hold this side of the building.
No scope, no problem. Timmy knows how to use that gun better than most. And it'll be NRG now who can force their way inside of this building, but there's another team that's inside as well. That's going to be Activist. VK Gaming also inside of this building. I think that NRG have recognized this and they're trying to play underneath both of these teams. Orb-Garden are eliminated. We find ourselves now with just 7.
Motherload goes out, and actually it's a good protection, a ring of fire just to keep them inside here as Na'Vi will be eliminated in 6th. Boo also went down. 5 squads now remain. Reply Totem are actually all the way on the eastern side and are staying away from a lot of this commotion. Maybe possible favorites to win this one because they can kind of watch everything unfold. Their main problem could be SJP2 on the wall on the northern side. They might just transition and potentially have a little scrap.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Timmy had a couple of bullets left in that KRABER, which might create an opportunity for them to take a little bit of space and be aggressive towards this endgame. You also saw him pop in the ultimate accelerant as well to make sure that that bang ult is going to be available for this next rotate. And hey, speaking of ult excels, it's going to be QQ popping it here on the Catalyst to make sure that Dark Veil is as close to being available as he can get.
Reply Totem have actually spotted SJP2, and they're kind of forcing them towards these 3 teams all in the same building. So again, Reply Totem in the most advantageous position. SJP2 will be eliminated. Yeah, VK Gaming noticed it was just a duo and they took advantage of it, but that has now allowed Reply Totem to move even more towards the center of the zone.
Pretty smart play that from VK Gaming in that situation, just to clear out the duo. They saw maybe a little bit of damage coming in, players being forced thanks to the damage from Reply Totem into their line of sight.
Oh, they've got Rampart as well.
And we might be seeing Sheila just warm up the vocal cords a little bit here for this endgame.
On the other side, there is a Wraith on the side of Avi, so they'll be able to just have that chance to maybe portal and change things. So Activist could be a squad that can maybe disrupt Reply Totem's comfortable position here with a Wraith portal. VKG also playing Valkyrie, so they can maybe go up into the skies as well. There's definitely options with the Legend selection for all of the other squads, and even NRG with that Mirage could definitely do some damage.
Sky nades. Is it going to be big money, or is it going to be coming out with no change? It's big money. 2 shields get broken. Kasa tries to send it as he uses the jets to get on high, but he's going to be shut down. You have to say, the team fire and the prioritization onto the Valk there, so good from the team on high.
Well, zone is closing, so this is now decision-making process. Are you going to take that portal? Are you going to take a Valkyrie ultimate up into the sky? That skyward dive could certainly gain you a position and maybe gain you points to get into the winner's bracket, remember. NRG are just going to use smokes, and they're going to pop that Mirage ultimate as well, just to try and maybe confuse their enemies.
Yeah, NRG, the problem for them is the team on height. They've got to wait for them to move. VK Gaming now move towards center zone a little bit closer. The catwall will go down as well as the gen. Yanya finds one himself as the team on height now has to leave. It's going to be Activists who take that evac tower, and 2 of them manage to actually stick it, which is going to give them the opportunity to move. But that's good news as well for NRG. And Timmy's been waiting, holding on to this Bangalore ult. The Rolling Thunder is going to come down, and that should do so much damage as Reply Totem will go down. And now we're seeing the damage. Now we see the swing from Timmy as NRG look for money. It's 150 to close it out here with the KRABER. Timmy put on somewhat of a show here in game number 5.
Timmy, always putting on a show. And I mean, what went wrong for Reply Totem? Well, what happened was all 3 teams in that building all tried to escape. They didn't watch each other. They just ignored each other. They all had different means of escaping.